David here with Guide Recommended. Was just wrapping up a article on hopper flies, my favorite hopper flies, and I thought as part of that I would show you guys how to tie a fast hopper, fast, durable, and just effective, right? That's what we want, especially if you're tying. Make it quick. You know, flies don't need to be complicated, and they should be easy to tie. So I'm going to show you with some close-ups how I tie this fly. You can quickly bust out a pile of these, but let's go through some quick ingredients. Rubber legs, I like these multicolored, yellow, black, and red, but I also have used, and I thought I had some black as well. Gray foam, craft foam. I'm easy to use. Greens, browns. Michigan here where I'm at, lots of green, right? We got a lot of green hoppers, but I will use a brown a lot of times or a green. So we'll do that real quick. A size 12, you know what? I'm gonna have a link down below, complete recipe list along with, obviously this video, but a download, right? You can click a button, download it. So stay tuned for that. Coming up is our close-up. So I'm kind of stumbling here. So let's do some close-ups. I'm going to set everything up real quick. Thanks. So hey, before we jump into the close-ups, I thought I would remind you of my fly fishing course that I've got out there. I'll have the link down below, but it's how to fly fish with the number 2. But hey, a quick little hack. As you're tying your flies, I have often got my floating out, and while the flies are setting up, if you give the legs, the hair, the foam, all of that a good little treatment right as you're tying those flies, and before you put them in your box, you're going to find that they will float better, float longer, right? Because you'll have a fly that is pre-treated and can, it's not going to be wet, right? If you're out there fishing and you don't get your fly dry, it isn't going to take the floating as well. So quick little hack. All right, we got things set up. So a size 12 dry fly hook. You can do these in 10s as well, but I usually go with a 12. Let me get to bump you guys a little bit. Let me get this adjusted a little bit more. Okay, so size 12 I got in there, right? And then a yellow uni 6/0. I just get a little base on there. The thing with tying with foam, you're gonna realize, is it rolls easily, right, after you cast it. So I truly believe in adding whatever it takes to make the thing stick. So next up, some peacock herl. Right. Usually 3 or 4. I'll rip them off, cut off these ends. Right. Just this gives it that green that I like. So ingredients again. Here's a little tip for you. Right, take your peacock herl. They can be fragile, right? And wrap it around your thread. If you got a rotary vise, this works fantastic. Wrap it forward. Wrap it back. Let me get a couple more wraps of that peacock herl around there. Right. Don't worry about those loose guys. That's the whole reason why you will wrap the herl around the thread. All right, so we got that in. A couple of wraps to tie it down. Now that those wraps will keep those peacock herls in place nice. And then I will just come back and trim stuff to make sure it's nice and neat, right? It's all tied down good. Got one little flyer. All right. At this point, a little bit of dubbing, right? I like green. Michigan, we got a bunch of green grasshoppers. So I will be changing up the brown. Again, I'm going to have all of the recipe items on my website with that link in the description. All right, I got some brown foam, craft foam, 2 millimeters thick. You can go crazy and shape these. I do like to taper the tail just a little bit, right? I've used fingernail clippers in the past and nipped around to get a nice round foam. So I keep it long, right? I'll show you guys why. Right. I usually do about a hook length, right? The bend to the hook tip, past, right? And I will take that green. Again, you can see where it's easily come forward. It's easy to get that foam to roll. I do 3 of these, kind of get that segmented body. Lift up my foam, wrap again. I get about 1/8 of an inch before the eye, tie it down, all right, lock it in a little bit, tie it down, all right, there we go. We are going to come back after and really give this a good zap. Next up, you can use elk hair or you can use deer hair. This deer hair that I've got isn't really the best, but we're going to use about a pencil. I will pull out the loose stuff. Usually there's 1 or 2 long guys. Pull out the loose ones. Put her in my, I have a link to this as well, but my hair stacker. Tack it down, tap it down, pull it out. All right. Grab those evened up tails, and I like to extend it. Now if you look, end of the tail, about the same distance back as the tail, and at this point I will clip off a little bit. I don't want too big of a bunch. 1 loose, 2 loose, and the 3rd one, tighten it up. All right, 3 more, and then I will, if you watch this closely, into the hairs, again on there, right? Sticking up nice. Now, you can see how I could really vary this up if I use this brown, or elk hair is another good option, right? All right, so at this point, I could use my UV glue, but it will really harden up and bunch up in there. But I do want to get a little bit of head cement, so I will use a head cement nice and thin. You can use like a Sally Fields, or just a cement, but a little bit down in there, penetrate down in, just to give it something to really grab hold of. There we go. Okay. Now, a little bit of my green again, just a little pinch. Just to kind of keep that green color. Now you could skip, and I've often done this, completely skipped this step of it, right? So once around, fold my head back. 1, 2, 3, right? Snip it off. This is why. Right. Now I will get my legs. Again, I use that yellow, red, and black. Get one of these guys. All you need is one. Cut it in half. I'm going to show you a little trick here. I'm not sure where I learned it. Tie them both in on one side. One, two, three loose wraps. All right, grab that fly, those rubber legs, pull them around to the other side, one set. Get them where you like them. That looks pretty good. Tighten up, one, two. Pull your legs back. I just do a quick little half hitch here. Now I could do this about twice as fast if I wanted, but going through these instructions. Okay, flip it over. You can see our green on the bottom. Get that UV out. Again, like I was saying, it is with foam. You pull too tight and it will cut, but if you don't pull tight enough, it doesn't give you those beads and the shape. So I will give it a liberal coating here on the bottom, and I won't immediately hit it with my torch, right? I want to get that to soak in. If you've got a a pin, something like that, you can kind of dab it down in there to get it to soak a little bit more. All right. Soak, soak, soak. Get my torch. We're done. Seriously. And fly down. It's got to only be a couple minutes. So that's it. A fast, quick grasshopper. You know, think about it with a green body foam. Think about it with a yellow foam. I've even done blues before. But that is a quick and fast hopper fly, super effective, super durable, floats really well. Thanks.